Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Napoleon Tolo back with some Shogun 2. Follow the Samurai Scramble for East mod with the Qing Empire. Now this is episode 12, I believe. Yes, this is episode 12. In the last turn, we just basically marched an army, did a lot of stuff, and this turn, hopefully, well, actually, no, I'm pretty sure, we're gonna be taking out the Takayama. No, sorry, no, not the Takayama, my bad. The Hiroshima. They're asking me for peace on a massive scale, but I'm not gonna budge. They're gonna ask peace for however long. I could have accepted it back when they first declared war on me and after the Battle of Seoul, but now, in which I almost lost the entire army, just got mauled, destroyed. But I'm not interested in doing it now, and the reason is because I'm just gonna destroy them and take over their land. Nothing much I can really say about that. Most of their army is capped at Wani, and yeah, we're gonna go to attack at Wani. I'm doing pretty good with public order, however, a lot of people are just straight outright unhappy. Trying to figure out what is the weakest unit to send back to hold the place, but yes. Upgrading a lot of gambling dens, so I make the one not only the people happy, but everything else is going on fine. Once again, we are moving down south. This time we're taking West Gangyong. I hope that's how you say it, and hope for the best. We're gonna auto-resolve. Actually, no, we can't auto-resolve this battle. We're gonna auto-resolve this battle because there is no way in heck. I am gonna quick save just in case. Last time. Every time I do auto-resolve, I'm literally afraid that it goes terribly wrong. Our general, who is Wong, levels up. And remember, he's the cavalry commander. He literally has his massive cavalry swarm. We're gonna give him logistics and defender, because one, we need the +5 upkeep. Well, no, sorry, +5 replenishment. And we need eventually night battles. So yes, we're gonna send our spy to go and check out. South Jeonnyeon has a general, but I don't. There should be a Korean army somewhere around that area, but it's just not appearing from the last time we did this. Yes, our generals are going to be moving to Central Permakoya, and after that, just going to go on ship and go down to Aki. Well, no, go down to all these wonderful provinces, Japan. The war on mainland Japan, which is we're currently in mainland Japan. Is pretty painful. Not in the sense that the enemies are strong, but just in the sense that there is a lot of enemies. Then the Koreans are gonna sally out, so we're gonna meet them on the battlefield. And off the bat, we have White Banner border units, swordsmen. Behind them, we have Manchu Lancers. And a lot more Manchu Lancers. Oh, sorry, Manchu Archers, mounted Manchu Archers. And we have a lot of mounted Manchu Archers. The enemy has, I have a Rocket Brigade, and we're just unleashing literally hell on the enemy. And in this battle, unlike the last battle, which, for some reasons, I find that rockets, in some battles they they perform well, and in other battles they perform terribly. This is a battle in which they perform literally quite bad, and the reason is simply because literally I do not know for what reason. It literally one, they are firing into the trees, which could be a problem, but two, they are not doing that much damage. They do a lot of they look cool, but they're not doing a lot of damage in this battle, which is a pain for me. Yeah, some explosions are literally in the enemy's faces and they're not killing, which is a problem. So yeah, that's that. I can't really do much about it. But on the other side, we basically this Korean army is mostly like a levy, one levy swordsman, and the rest are basically militia units. So that's gonna be a good thing. As this thing goes on, this battle goes on, our rockets will be raining literally hell on the enemy. We do have some handgunners from, matchlocks from the Koreans with guard matchlocks apparently, from what I can tell. These guys will be useful. I just don't know how they will be useful. The rest of the Korean army is, that's it. Well, that's it. But they do have one mounted cavalry, mounted archer. Oh, sorry, no, mounted matchlocks, and we're gonna give. Oh well, rockets. I find they're very, very useful against cavalry, and we're gonna be firing these rockets against the cavalry. And as you can see here, the devastating effect. I'm gonna have my guys farm up in the spear wall, but that's not really needed because that's the reason why we don't really need these spearmen to hold the line, because this cavalry literally routes. Yes. However, for some reason, after the tree line, our rockets get a little bit more devastating, or at least that's what it seems. It seems. However, rockets, I come to find out, they're just a lot more commotion and not a lot of damage, which are historically realistic. Like the British rockets during the War of 1812, from what I know, literally was mostly literally scaring the people out of, scaring the enemy, and then after that, well, there was a funny story in that I was told by my history teacher, and she said during the War of 1812, the British used rockets on their enemies, and apparently the enemies ran away. The rockets didn't kill a single person, but one person was so frightened of the rockets that he literally ran himself to death trying to escape the enemy rockets, which is pretty dang insane. As the rockets literally shake the ground as I speak. Holy God, this is a pretty insane battle. Well, actually, no, this is a pretty small battle. Imagine if I deploy rockets on the scale of like I don't know, 10,000 men. But I don't really see 10,000 men battles in Shogun 2. Not in multiplayer, and definitely not in campaign. So that's a shame. Definitely not in campaign, and definitely not in multiplayer. So that, yeah, it would be awesome if it would. Actually, no, I am suggesting that I'll do a Halloween special with 1,000 units. So yes, that's that. It would be pretty interesting, but I just don't know. The enemy assassin. Stuff here, stuff there, everywhere. Not really know what to do in this situation. We're just gonna move on Iwani and hope for the best. Yeah, we have Iwani. We cannot assault Iwani with this terrible army, so we're gonna wait for my main army, which is led by my faction leader. For some reason, with playing as the Qing, for Western factions, Western factions, the Imperialist faction, which include the United States, France, Great Britain, Russia, and the Netherlands, their generals basically have after their units, after they enter a battle, they automatically get a general. What I come to find, after they won the battle, or I don't know if you get a general after you lose the battle, but yeah, mostly it's winning a battle, which is not hard. That means you can literally get a lot of generals really quick. But yes, that's that. Yeah, that's that. We're gonna auto-resolve this town settlement, and we're gonna peacefully occupy. We're gonna fix a lot of things. Zhaozhen, who is leading this army, which looks pretty similar to the rest of my armies, is just gonna go around, and there's a Korean fleet, but I don't really care. He's just gonna keep going down south, which that's the only option for him. This war with Korea is pretty much over. Well, in terms of actual fighting. Actually, no. In terms of actual fighting, it will not be over for a long time. It will be. It's already over in the sense that this battle has already been won. I'm trying to get these guys two generals on the ship, and I'm just trying to send them to Korea, which is gonna be a pain because it's gonna be a long way. A long way. Going to Japan is a long way. I'm gonna end the turn. See what happens. The British want me to declare war on Aizu Samuto, and they're gonna join the war on yeah. I'm gonna reject that because first, I do not know who the Aizu, Awaji, whatever they're called, but I find out they're just basically an island. Yeah. The Dutch accept our trade agreement. Well, I offered the Dutch a trade agreement. They're like, yeah, we want that. That's gonna boost our economy. The Joseon wants peace. No, that is no. That is no. I do not want a peace from the Joseon Kingdom. They are... It's not worth it. It's just not. I just don't want to. The Dutch, I find, have a lot of armies, but for some reason, they're not. The only reason why they're not attacking anyone because I'm taking care of them in the sense of their only route, which is east. I've taken care of the eastern side, so they really can't keep moving east because I'm east. I'm the east of them in Japan. They can technically go for some islands, but in terms of expansion, there's not a lot. And yeah. -7 public order. Holy god. The amount of units I have to just spend on literally just holding these places is darn insane. Yeah. 3 of my most weakest units going to garrison. The rest of my army is literally going to be marching. Continue to march. And I don't really know what to do after that. It's a lot of pain. Elsewhere, we're just doing province management. Yeah. I think I've said now how I literally have this paranoia when I literally I'm literally fighting. But yes, it's when I'm doing province management. Most of that is thanks to a game called Three Kingdoms Total War, which is once again by the same company. But literally the problem is that if you don't really check what you're doing, you will be missing up on a lot of stuff. So yes, I am recruiting a lot of these Green Banner Dao units, which I just intend to literally be like garrison units. Eventually, I discover you don't need any garrison unit because the game really doesn't work on garrison, but we're gonna talk about that later. Yes. We're gonna end the turn. We're gonna send this army to South Jonya, disarming the garrison and more agents. Most of my agents are in Japan, Korea. With only a geisha in Japan, so that's gonna be a problem eventually because eventually in the late game I'm gonna be literally spammed by enemy agents, so that's gonna be a problem. Our mission has failed, and a lot of places are literally unhappy. Okay, there's nothing really much I can do with the south. I'm just starting to go like, screw it, I don't care about public order anymore. Do whatever you guys want. I need the money more importantly. And I'm just gonna see what happens. And I guess for those who have been watching my Prussian campaign, you guys already would know. I just know what I didn't know was almost all Western factions don't care about public order. I don't know if the mod is gonna change that, but yes, the only public order that is happening is in your capital, which is a big pain, which is only one province technically. But yes, but I don't know if the new update in November is gonna change that. Hopefully it does. Well, actually no, I don't. Yeah, hopefully it just curves public order to like not be such a big issue. Yeah. Hopefully. Or you can just take out public order. Actually, no, you can't really take that. Have a system like in Rome 2, like Rome 2 public order. However, the rebellions I've come to find in this mod is not really that scary. Like the garrison army itself can literally deal with it, but the problem is without losing a single casualty. But however, the problem is literally is literally it's just a pain in the sense that they damage buildings and cost money to maintain. However, it's not the end of the world. We are going to be assaulting the settlement because we literally have a lot of stuff, projectiles. You see here we have this shrine, and yeah, it looks pretty pretty. That is why I have some units, literally just for the cinematics of it. I'm just having some of my guys look at the shrine, and then we're gonna get out. I'm gonna move the rest of my army onto this plane, and we're gonna do our best to take down this enemy fortress. And it's a complete fortress. As you can see, my rockets are opening fire. They look literally like the World War II Katyusha rockets, which are pretty dang scary. But yes, the rest of my army is just moving along. A lot of yellow banners, white banner, all border units, of course, not the regular white banner units. Although, in some cases, border units are pretty dang scary too. As you can see, this is the enemy fortress. In this battle, I can safely say that the rockets do a lot of damage, as you can see. They set fire to the gate, and then the gate is gonna explode. Wait for it. The gate explodes and almost instantly kills the general. Not to mention a lot of men. Almost an entire militia unit, and the enemy general, which is the biggest, which is pretty dang good. I have to admit. As you can see, I also have mortars firing, rockets firing. Literally, this army is almost turning into a projectile-based army, and it's gonna. I'm just like terrified to see what this army could do in the late game, because I technically never deployed an entire army of artillery, although it would be technically fun. I never deployed an army entirely made out of artillery, but yeah, it's pretty scary. Well, artillery is even more devastating in regular Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai. In this mod, it slightly curves it, but depending on what unit and how many artillery pieces you have, you can instantly devastate a unit. And yeah, pretty scary stuff, I have to admit. This is from the enemy point of view, and you can hear the screams, and wait for it. Yeah, you can see the amount of rockets literally being fired at these guys. And here's where the fun begins, because wait for it. That was pretty devastating. This unit went from, oh wait, there's more. Just kill 50% of the men, and more are coming in. Yeah, even if I move slightly away from these guys, the rocket's damage is still pretty insane. Now we're just gonna go straight for the walls. What I come to find out about rockets is that they use up their ammunition very quickly, which is a good and bad thing. Good thing is that they fire quickly, and the bad thing is that you don't have to worry about. They do a lot of damage really quick if you know how to use them. However, yeah, that's that. I rather prefer more ammunition for the rockets, but rockets just fire way too quick. Our guys are going to be cliffing the walls. Once again, the enemy are going to try to open fire, but at this point, it's not really. They're not going to do much. Once again, our guys are going to go through the walls, destroy this levy unit, and go chasing on to the rest of the enemy army, which is pretty much half of them are pretty much destroyed by my guys using rockets, and it's pretty scary. Not gonna lie, rockets are pretty terrifying in this battle, but yeah. I've technically never deployed an entire rocket army, but that would be interesting to watch. I've come to, okay, for those that don't know, rockets in regular Shogun 2. Rockets in multiplayer battle for Scramble for the Far East. They're pretty bad. I'm just gonna say it out there. However, if you do it like a siege battle, they're insane. They're like insanity. So yeah. Our guys are going to be clashing with the spear levy, and the spear levy once again are not going to stand a chance. But yeah, we're going to win. I don't think that should be a surprise. However, the only real casualties we're taking is literally from the second tier of the castle, which the enemy are opening fire. The good thing is that the good thing is the fact that they're matchlocks from 300 years ago. The bad thing is that my men and the enemy's men are so clumped up that the enemy could be getting friendly fire and I could be getting shot. But that should be fine. I hope. Yeah, you can see my mortars, which have a lot of ammunition for some reason. They fire short. They fire a lot of. They use a lot of ammunition, but they fire somewhat slower, but they do more accurate damage. They're more predictable, is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes rockets do a lot more damage than mortars, but mortars are more predictable in the amount of damage and the amount of accuracy they have. So yeah. We're once again gonna scale the walls, but for some reason, every time you scale the walls, the enemy your unit has to wait for a few seconds and then you scale the walls, which is in the scenario our guys are finally gonna scale the walls and we're gonna silence the guns. And at this point, it's pretty much safe to say that this battle has already been slaughtered, so yes. Like the second I'm in melee, a lot of units, except for if you're like a guard unit, the only units that I can literally think that could stand up to my guys are the French Imperial Guard, the Grenadiers of the French Imperial Guard, or better known to you and me as the Old Guard, which are in the game, by the way. The British Coldstream Guard, the British Grenadier Guards, Highland units. Actually, no, I don't think those Highland units will hold. What else are there? Katana Samurai will definitely not hold against these guys. Sorry to put it to you guys, like, Katana Samurai are gonna literally get themselves killed by banner units. At least these Dal banner units. But what other unit, European unit that can hold? The Russian, no, actually no, the Preobrazhensky Guard won't hold. The Russian Life Guards, I never tested them out. But the Prussian Life Guards? I don't know. The Prussian Life Guards, the Dutch Grenadiers will definitely not hold. The Grenadiers from the Netherlands will definitely not hold against these guys. They'll instantly get killed or routed. I think. I never tested them, but just from experience using these guys, I can tell that these guys are terrifying. So yes, we can't repair because we are technically broke. But I can get some more units into this army, which is wonderful. Yes. At this point, I'm like, screw public order. I don't really need public order, and I'm just gonna see what happens to all these promises that I haven't put public order on. This ship is gonna be carrying my 2 generals down to Iwani, and since we captured it, we're just gonna use it. Our fleet is pretty much in shambles. What fleet we do have is pretty sad. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty sad. Yeah. So yes, we're down south in Korea, which is great. We can technically auto-resolve this settlement. But we're gonna continue the siege because I want the enemy to come out, and the second they do come out, we have a lot of stuff waiting for them. But yes. Once again, a lot more troop movement. Mostly just me trying to see where I can attack and what units I can spare. I'm gonna have these two Manchu Lancers scout, and for those who don't know, cavalry is the way that you should be using cavalry is to scout, and scout. That's why I like cavalry, like at least during the Napoleonic Wars, like the French Hussars, the British, the French Hussars, well, Hussars for every nation during that time, or Hussars for those who don't know are like cavalry, and their role is to scout, chase the enemy, and yeah, that's it. At this point, you can see not a lot of public order is needed, so I'm just outright moving troops out, which is wonderful. First thing is to do is exempt them from taxes and get these units out. They will be joining my massive army on the march, and that is why at this point I have a lot more troops. In terms of 20 units per stack, and instead of generals, so I need to get more generals onto the mainland Japan. But we are doing quite well in Japan now, with public order not being a problem. At this time during the mid game, end turn sequences are quite quick, and I'm just more intended to show you guys what the heck is going on. Soldier recruited. That's nice. That's gonna help with public order in this province. My fleet. Okay, traditional ships are very slow. The second I get a modern fleet, it's gonna be very quick. So yes, that is why I'm saying, should I really even get a fleet? I should get just a lot of cheap transport ships. This ship literally sucks, so I'm gonna repair it, but I'm just gonna disband it the second I have a chance. Yeah. This army could be on the march, so I'm just gonna move it to the border. I'm gonna have this army go here, have this geisha entertain the nobles, because I do want to somehow make the population somewhat happy. If I can. If they literally hate me, I don't have a choice. And yes, there is a Korean army here, not that big, but yes, I am going to continue the siege because I am in no mood for assaulting this place. For every campaign, I'm very interested at first to fight the battles, but as the time goes on, I'm less and less interested. You see, literally there's only 4 units in this army, and that's pretty uneventful. I figured out I can just deploy a lot more Manchu Lancers to North Joa, and then that's it. I can technically take the place, but I decided not to. Yeah, I have a lot of other stuff to do, like province management, stuff like that. Another Manchuria is unhappy. That is why it's on tax exemption. We're moving troops left and right. And yes, that's it. The United States and Prussia and Wakayama decide to attack United Kingdom, Sue, and a faction I can't pronounce. And I am deciding, am I supposed to help them or not? And if I decline, I technically risk war with the United Kingdom. But I'm gonna enter the war on the side of the Allies, so technically I'm at war with the United States. Yay! Great. The good thing in this situation is the British are a buffer, and the Koreans decide to sally out against my 2 units of cavalry, and I decide, nope, I'm gonna retreat. There is no way in heck I'm gonna win. The Korean army returns, which is a pain now. Yeah. Technically, if I had enough Manchu Lancers, I could fight them on the battlefield and destroy that entire poor army. Mounting up arrest in all these places, not scary indeed, with no revolt, so that's pretty uneventful. I'm gonna move a lot more troops to Awani, and I'm just gonna wait for my second general, who's coming. But we're eventually gonna go to war with the faction I don't know. I'm just yeah. Whew, a lot of stuff indeed. Yes. I'm gonna move this cavalry unit back because I do not want to fight a massive Korean army with only 2 units. That will be funny if I beat the Korean army, though. However, that's not possible. I don't think so. I'm gonna send more troops to join them up, and yes. The reason why you don't see me exempting taxes, taxing the heck out of and managing problems poorly, is because in Korea at least is because I have no intention. I literally have no intention to do that because I don't know for sure if people are happy there. But anyway, that is it for this episode. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Now, before you leave, I would like to thank you very much for watching this video. I will be honored if you could like and subscribe to the channel. Remember, more videos are coming out, so it is a good idea to click on that notification button. Anyways, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.